Right, well, I've abandoned that idea. That was a silly idea. Hey everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. If you're wondering why Day 2 is on literally the 14th of December, then check out yesterday's video because you'll find out. But today's plan had been to make suet fatballs for my wild bird friends, and then I woke up this morning to torrential rain, absolutely torrential rain, and I had been planning to film in the greenhouse, which would have been like lovely, but you wouldn't have been able to hear me from all the rain pattering on the roof. So I've actually waited a little bit, and I'm looking outside at the weather now, and it's looking a bit better, but the greenhouse isn't ready. I'd had grand plans, as always, to give it a bit of a clear out and tidy it up and hang some decorations and get a mini tree, and I have done precisely none of those. I don't know what's got in disguise. She's barking at probably the neighbour's dog. So I think what I'm going to do now is to go out there and take a look and see what kind of state it's in, and if it's doable, I might just go ahead and make the fatballs out there anyway, and if not, we're going to end up back in the kitchen. But fingers crossed I can get it sorted, and then yeah, I should really tidy and decorate it too today, huh? Let's go. Okay, so I've come out to the greenhouse, and I pretty much decided straight away that it's not going to be good to film in here today. It needs a good clean, and everything is covered in dirt, and there's like loads of stuff kind of just shoved wherever I could put it. So I'm sure you saw that's my fire tongue beans that still need podding, so I might end up doing that today actually. And pots that need washing, and pumpkins that need eating, and the floor is covered in things which mean I can't get the tripod down, and basically I think I'm just going to retreat to the kitchen and film in there. Right, well, I've abandoned that idea. That was a silly idea. I've retreated into the kitchen. I've made myself a nice cup of tea, and I've got a couple of biscuits, and I'm stood in front of where I made the pomander yesterday. There's yesterday's efforts. Today's are not going so well. So I've got a new plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the suet fatballs now, but then while they're setting, I'm going to go up to the allotment and take some stuff with me that I already have, some pre-made bird food, and fill up the bird feeder and just take you along with me for that. So that'll be fun. In the meantime, how to make fatballs for birds. Barely even needs instructions, so you need to get yourself some of this, which is suet that you use to make dumplings normally. If you've never made your own dumplings, oh my god, you're missing out. Like, Aunt Bessie's got nothing on this. You need some suet, and you need any kind of bird seed, any kind at all, or peanuts if you'd rather have peanuts. And you need a mix of 2 parts seed to 1 part suet, and you basically melt the suet into the seed, get a little piece of twine, tie a knot in it and stick it in, put it into some kind of mould like a muffin case or an old yogurt pot, and let it set. Really easy, great thing for kids to do, or people like me who are easily entertained, and that's literally all there is to it. So I'm gonna crack on and make a couple of those and leave them to set, and then we're gonna go to the allotment. Hi, look at me leaning into shot because I don't have an Instagram kitchen and I wanted to show me and my work surface. Oh, hey Sky. So I have prepared everything that you need, and there's not much. I've got a tray. I've chosen one that's silicone because it's going to make it easier to get them out, but you can use things like yogurt pots, or you can even use like a coconut half. I know you can buy suet balls made like that and then you just hang up the whole thing, but I've got a mould and I've weighed out twice as much bird seed as I have fat. So that's the seeds, that's the suet. Literally all I'm going to do now is melt this and mix it with the seeds and put it in the mould, and I think I'm going to leave it in the fridge overnight because as I said, we're about to go to the allotment, so I'll get on with this. I apologise in advance for the traffic noise, but we're at the allotment. I'm at the back down in the wildlife corner, and I've just got my bird feeder to refill today, so that's what we're going to do. I left the homemade suet balls in the fridge to set, and I brought some that I bought and a couple of other things. I've got some peanuts for the peanut feeder. I do have some more seeds, but I don't need to refill it because they haven't eaten them. I've got a suet block for the square. Yeah, and the suet balls are going to go in here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those up. I love these ones, they're so easy to do. And anything with the suet in, the birds absolutely love. I expect that'll be gone by tomorrow, honestly. So that's that one, nice and easy to do. And then I usually put suet balls in here, so I'll just duck down and get them. So they go in like that. Hopefully that's focusing on something that you can see. Hangs in the bird feeder like that. Again, they absolutely love these. These are going to go really quickly. And the peanut feeder to refill. So this is the one with the, let's see if I can get it to focus. The metal gridding. So that's a peanut feeder. And I'll refill that now. Like so. I really wish I had a table. It's so awkward doing the whole like bending down thing. But anyway, that's that one refilled. And that's probably it for today. If you don't want to, or you don't have time to make your own suet balls, you can get things like this, which are pre-made ones. These come in a block. They've got plastic around them, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they are a firm favourite of the birds, so I do get them anyway. But there's these, which are available in lots of different flavours, and they really like those. And there's also things like this available, and you don't have to buy an enormous tub like I've got. But if you don't want to make your own, you could always consider just buying some. If you're wondering why it's important to feed the birds this time of year, thinking, you know, they're birds, they're wild animals, they should be able to find food. I'll just give you an example for where I'm stood right now. If I look to my left, there's a short hedge, which is good, and then there's a farmer's field, which as far as I can see is just ploughed mud. There's nothing there that birds could eat, there's nowhere for them to hide, and it's not a great environment for foraging for winter food. And if I look to my right, I see a lot of allotments, but then after that a road and then a playing field, which is entirely grass. Again, not much food, not much of a good habitat, and that's kind of the story across the board. So the more developed the countryside has got, the less environment there is for wildlife. So to illustrate that with a personal story, when I moved into my house, which is a new build house, the very first night I slept there, I found myself really unsettled, and it didn't take me long to work out why. What it was is that it was far too quiet, and I noticed there were no birds, there was no singing, there was no wildlife noises. It was just deathly quiet, and it creeped me out for months. It's not that bad now, because obviously it's a few years later, but what it was is that there wasn't any hedging or trees or habitat for wildlife included at all, and so there just were no birds. And it was honestly the weirdest thing, moving into there and having that environment be like that. But it's a perfect example of what we're getting wrong, and so to try and counteract that, this is what we can do right. So I do make sure in the winter I come down to feed the birds, and if that takes your fancy, that would be a great thing for you to do too. Anyway, it's definitely starting to rain, so I'm gonna pack up and head on home in my silly hat, and crack on with editing today's video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye. Oh, good friends of YouTube, if you saw my video yesterday, you would have seen me struggle with this, and I said, I don't know why I don't just put it back properly. And then what did I do the following evening? Why do I do this to myself? But you can, I'm not even in the picture. Let's try that again. I'm gonna untangle it, I am. I'm gonna do this. I've got this, you guys. I've got this. Spirit. Oh, I just got myself an eye. Oh, hey! Ow. You're gonna say hi for the people on YouTube? Hello!